Hey guys, welcome back to another video here from the 2024 Mama Fall Fest. Behind me, I have a very interesting vehicle, and this is the all-new 2025 Genesis GV80 Coupe, or the sportback version of the standard GV80 SUV, which we have come to know over the last several years. Now, if you guys are curious about the regular GV80 and its most fully loaded form factor, make sure to check out that video I did at the spring rally. In the stork green exterior looked absolutely phenomenal, stunning vehicle, and a lot of the updates that they did make for 2025 do carry over to the GV80 Coupe as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a quick walk around tour of this one as seen behind me, and then go ahead and take it for a test drive and give you my first raw driving impressions. So the GV80 Coupe in front of us is finished in the Makalu Gray Matte exterior. It is an extra cost $1,500 paint color, and this one is paired very nicely to the red Napa leather interior. Now, as you can see, starting at the front of the GV80 Coupe, it looks very similar, if not identical to that of the standard GV80, which, like I said, I do already have a video here on the channel. But this one in the gray exterior looks very nice here in direct sunlight, and of course, freshly clean. It has a lot of nice metallic sparkle, but do keep in mind some of the slight extra care you do have to take with a matte exterior paint. Now at the front, you're gonna find the newly revised front fascia with the LED projector headlights, the multi-line LED daytime running lights and turn signals, with of course the revised crest grille. You have the nice dark chrome accents across the exterior, front, rear, side parking sensors, of course your radar for the adaptive cruise control, highway drive assist, etc. There's the 360 camera system on this vehicle, as well as the newly refreshed Genesis logo, which looks absolutely fantastic, matches the gray very well. And this is a very high quality logo that you don't see on many manufacturers out there. Now, coming around to the side of the GV80, this is where some of the coupe tendencies start to come in, especially towards the back of the vehicle. You do have body color paint match trim, some of that dark chrome molding on the lower door sections. There's your LED turn signal integration here on the two front fenders, body color mirror caps, and there's the 360 cameras on the bottom. The mirrors are going to be heated with blind spot detection, of course, and all three mirrors are going to be auto dimming, so nice to see that. You do have proximity entry on all four door handles, which is something that you don't always typically find on some Hyundai product, but Genesis for the most part is nice to include that. And there you can see the slope back or slant back roof line as part of the coupe, which make this a unique model within the Genesis family that is going to be all new for 2025. So coming out back, there you can see really how much different it actually looks here from the rear 3/4 view versus that of the front 3/4. Same LED lighting setup for the most part for the tail lamps, turn signals, and reverse lights. Do have the quad tip exhaust mounted in the lower rear diffuser. Reverse lights are actually be located down here instead of up there in the assembly. Rear backup sensors back here, and then you do have the camera as well as the hatch release button cleverly integrated into this dark chrome trim in the third brake light. I really do like that, as well as your all-wheel drive badging. And then also cleverly integrated is going to be the camera for the digital rear camera mirror on the passenger side of the rear spoiler. So that's going to be a very quick look at the exterior. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comment section below. I think it's a very handsome looking sportback coupe SUV, but you do lose a little bit of utility out back, which we'll of course take a look at here in a second. Now, diving onto the interior, as I mentioned, red and black and Napa two-tone interior, phenomenal looking. You have some nice trim that is kind of a carbon fiber mimicked, if you will, slightly different pattern. Not exactly sure what that is called, but you have red accent stitching, leather throughout the door panel. You have power windows, mirrors, and locks with power folding mirrors, all four windows automatic up down, Bang & Olufsen premium audio, two-person memory driver seat. There's going to be a good amount of lower door storage. Genesis door sill plate, and here is going to be all of the adjustments for the front power driver seat. So you have massage functionality, leg extension, power bolsters, four-way power lumbar, and all of the usual adjustments there. And there you can see all of the nice accent stitching, piping, leather perforations, and there's going to be a look at the dashboard. Now, here in the interior of the GV80 Coupe, you're going to find the latest up-to-date technology, just like that of the 2025 larger SUV, including the new LCD screens in front of the driver. So I believe this is 27-inch or so diagonally, fully digital and configurable here on the steering wheel using the steering wheel buttons. And of course you have your nice gauge layout that is customizable with drive modes or some of the other infotainment settings over there. You have your driver forward attention monitor system, which tracks your face and your eyes, make sure you're paying attention. Nice leather wrap steering wheel, flat bottom in design, silver accent on the bottom. There's your Genesis logo. Gloss black buttons. They are not touch capacitive for the most part, all physical buttons. So you have highway drive assist 2, there's your lane distance indicator, cruise control, all that. And on the right side you have your audio multimedia and stuff like that. Paddle shifters for the 8-speed automatic transmission, automatic headlights, auto high beam assist. There's the automatic rain sense wipers. Out in front of the driver you have of course your color heads up display, which is configurable as well. Gauge dimming, hill descent control, traction control off, power trunk, electronic parking brake, more of that glossy kind of carbon fiber-esque trim. And then coming over here to the infotainment system, this is going to be their latest hardware, much like that of the CCNC infotainment systems from Hyundai, just with the Genesis skin and branding on top of it. Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth, wireless, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, the whole 9 yards is going to be here, and that is going to be controlled via the infotainment dial down here in the center area, as well as it is going to be a touch screen. So if you want to use some of the touch screen or shortcut buttons down here, you are more than welcome to do that. And there you can see the built-in navigation. There is going to be your unique climate control and shortcut buttons for the volume and tune knobs. Dual zone automatic climate in the front seat. More zones are located in the rear. All 4 seats are going to be heated and ventilated in this vehicle. There's your heated steering wheel, 2-stage button. You have fragrance for the fragrance control for the HVAC, 3 different levels of that. And then, like I said, pretty clever integrated stuff here in this vehicle. And you can toggle between front and rear via that touchscreen right there. Wireless charging pad and digital key located in this cubby. USB-C charging data ports, 12-volt outlet. There's some of your infotainment dials, all in this nice crystal trim, which is, something that Genesis has liked to have done over the last couple years. This is going to be the gear shift, including your parking button in the center, 2 decently sized cup holders, drive mode select, 360 camera, parking sensors, center differential lock, as well as your engine stop start on off right here. And there you can see a lot of that nice carbon fiber looking trim here in the center console that matches of course the rest of the dashboard and the door panels. You have a split open center armrest here with the fairly shallow amount of room, but a decent amount of room that is felt lined. Up top you have a suede headliner as well. LED illumination, digital rear camera mirror with garage home link, overhead sunglasses holder, LED illumination, SOS emergency, Genesis Connect. There's the power sunroof and shade controls. And there you can see it is going to be a larger, not quite panoramic sunroof, but does cover some of the second row. I'll go ahead and open that up so you guys can see exactly how much it does open. Not a ton, but it actually is better than I thought. So pretty nice size opening there, considering the roof line of this vehicle. And yeah, that's going to be a look at the very nice front seat. Let's go ahead and take a look out back. Now the back seat of the GV80 Coupe is probably one of the more interesting seating positions, at least in the way this one is spec'd as well. Materials do fall through from the front. You don't have any sort of door shades, which is a little bit unfortunate, but there is your window controls. You have lock and unlock buttons, the premium audio system. And then coming to these seats, these are going to be power recline sliding. They do even have tilt adjustment for the bottom, and you can fold them down here on the side as well as in the cargo area. And there you can see all of the materials are going to be the exact same as the front. Stepping inside, the roof gets in the way just a little bit, but it's actually not that bad. And there's going to be a look at the front dashboard. Power passenger seat adjustments. You have a 3rd zone automatic climate with your heated and ventilated second row seats. 120 15-volt wall outlet. There's more USB charging. You have matte pockets, and then the center armrest with 2 more cup holders and a little bit of storage inside is a damped lid. And yeah, in terms of, overall comfort back here, very nice with the power adjustments and the tilt recline, all of that. And you can see from my headroom, I actually don't have any issues with headroom. And I have about an inch and a half additional to spare, and I'm about 5'9" with a pretty large torso. So if you're about 6 foot back here, it might be right at the edge of its, headroom capability, but actually surprisingly more than I thought, and very luxurious and comfortable. Now coming around to the cargo capacity, you might be more curious about this as well, given the additional, slope of the roofline. Of course, there's your power tailgate, And then out back, you actually have a very good amount of depth in terms of cargo, but the height does get limited, especially once you get partway up that roof line right there. Now, what's nice about this is it's kind of a tri-fold design cargo cover, so it can store back there somewhat out of the way very nicely. Cargo netting, you can see LED lighting on both the left and right hand side, 12-volt outlet, and there you can fold down both the left and right hand sides with one press of a button, as it is a motorized function. And then beneath the floor, if we go ahead and lift this up, you will find a little bit of additional storage space, your window sticker for this one's back here, and then I think the 12-volt battery is located under that right there. And then there is gonna be, you know, just a little bit of additional underfloor storage if you do need it inside of this vehicle. But really not too bad, all things considered, given the body profile in terms of cargo area. And then coming to the passenger side of the vehicle, some of the power adjustments will carry over. You do have 4-way power lumbar, all of the other adjustments, including height, tilt, stuff like that, but no bolster adjustment or a leg extension. And then there's the vent design, damped glove box, felt line, does have LED illumination. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna look at the interior of the 2025 GV80 Coupe. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what powers this particular vehicle before going for a quick spin. So setting out here in the 2025 GV80 Coupe 3.5T supercharged, under the hood you're gonna find that 3.5 twin turbo V6 paired to a mild hybrid system for a total system output of 409 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. This is very impressive for a vehicle of this size and weight, with of course its standard all-wheel drive system. Now, in addition to that, it has of course adaptive suspension or adaptive dampers, so that will be adjusted via the drive modes, which you have several down here in the actual center console area. And overall, this vehicle is, you know, fairly sporty and performance oriented, despite it not being a full, you know, performance line from Genesis, which of course could be coming via the Magma concept vehicles, which have been touted over the last, you know, several auto shows and stuff like that. But putting your foot down, oh, this thing certainly does get up and go without any issue and will put a smile on your face very, very easily. Now there you can see a GV70 sitting over there in the left-hand turn lane. And overall, Genesis vehicles have come an extremely long way over the last generation of them for sure. But since even they did debut of the 2019 G70, which is largely unchanged, just went through a refresh a couple years ago, a lot of their other vehicles within the lineup are, you know, extremely luxurious and on par with the competition in terms of its price point and, you know, in the luxury segments which they do compete in. Now this one's a very interesting category because it's you know, obviously kind of a mid-size SUV, but it's a sportback SUV, which there are a couple out there from the German rivals, but I'm not sure how popular this is ultimately going to be within the Genesis family. It should hold its own in terms of a value proposition, but this one, as equipped, fully loaded, is pushing near $90,000, which is not inexpensive to say the least. So it is something to consider and be aware of when you're shopping for a Genesis vehicle. But, you know, I think it looks extremely good on the outside. It drives very, very nice. We'll go ahead and change the drive modes, put it back into comfort for this drive, as we aren't going to go in any races. And the suspension softens right up. The active sound goes away for the most part, and it becomes a very luxurious experience. Very quiet on the interior. You have your fragrance selection, which you can control the different strengths and change the different scents. You have the nice panoramic or semi-large sunroof up top, and it's just very different how you can change via the drive modes and, you know, change the behavior and feel behind the wheel of this vehicle. I think gives it quite dual personalities, if you will, and should be a very fun to drive daily driver that still offers a good amount of performance when you need to at just a flick of a switch via the sport modes or even the Sport Plus. Now, in terms of the feature set in which this vehicle offers, it's going to be very, very similar to that of the other GV80 that I featured you know, several months ago at the Spring Rally. Handling's pretty good, even in comfort mode. It has, you know, the full driver assistance safety suite from Hyundai, including, you know, highway drive assist 2, has the blind spot view monitors on the digital gauge cluster, blind spot detection, auto dimming mirrors, the whole 9 yards is going to be here. Even have the digital rear camera mirror, which I showcased on the exterior Walkaround. Heated and ventilated seats for all 4 passengers, which is very, very nice. Heated steering wheel, tri-zone automatic climate control, and then the updated digital dashboard and digital cluster, which look phenomenal, very high resolution. And this interior color combination, you know, with the ambient lighting and, you know, all of the Napa leather throughout, just offers a very different experience from that of, like I said, some of the other vehicles within the Hyundai Kia, you know, family, and are certainly going to be, you know, very equivalent and on par with that of other luxury vehicles in this space. And I think, you know, that really is what makes Genesis shine, is going to be the value proposition. Although, like I said, that has gone away somewhat recently due to the pricing that has gone up over the last several years of vehicles, but it's certainly still going to be a very strong value if you are looking for, you know, a vehicle that offers this level of technology, luxury, driving experience, and performance without spending for a very pricey German luxury rival. So I think that's pretty much going to do it here for my quick driving impressions of the 2025 Genesis GV80 Coupe. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out additional Genesis content I have already posted here on the channel from the last several years. And I'll give a huge thanks to Mama for hosting the Fall Fest, and of course Genesis for bringing out a couple of their all new and or refresh models for us to test and review at this event. Hopefully I can get some of these vehicles for a week-long review. I would, you know, certainly enjoy that. Like to take a deeper dive into some of the Genesis latest products. So hopefully by you guys watching this video and everything like that, you guys can make that happen. But as always, I appreciate the continued support here on the channel and allowing me to do these events for you guys. Like I said, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the GV80 down in the comment section below. But as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.